It is Saturday, February 6th. So let's start out with our admonition or wisdom or pointing of the morning. Two faces of mankind. Journey. And breathe. Okay. So we have the two faces of mankind, the yin yang, positive, negative, which we all face along our journey, and we need to take time to breathe as well along the way. So what this is pointing to, and I've done a writing on this before, in every positive thing, there's a shade of shadow. In every negative thing, there is also a kernel of light in it. So it's up to us to, along the journey, to take time to breathe and see what those are. So the way that I've explained it before is we have a poor man that won the lottery. And it would seem to be a good thing on the surface, okay? But, so that's the light of it. The shadow of it is because he won all this money, he became very arrogant and narrow-minded. So in the end, he gravitated to the shadow, and so it wasn't a great thing. Then the other one, the shadow, was this man that was very wealthy, lost all his money. And as a consequence, the light of it was that he turned into a very decent man after that had happened. So on the surface, it appeared to be something negative, but it did have a seed of light in it. And so most things we transition through, that's what I say, the other day I was talking about if you come out of a, negative type family, there's still a shade of light in there somewhere. In my case, like I said, it turned me in on myself and had me start the spiritual path way earlier than I would have done if I was in a very supportive family environment. So again, there's even though it appears to be a shadow on the surface, there is a seed of light in there to be found. So in your journey, if you have something that comes through that looks really great on the surface, maybe you've fallen in love with this guy and he's, just seems to be all that in a bag of chips. And then you find this little shadow element in there, okay? Again, these are things to look for and to just recognize that you can either go to the positive or to the negative in any situation. So try to stay in the positive. Even if you're having a shadow element, something that's come in, try to find the seed of light in it. Sometimes shadow things are just to show us what we don't want. On the path, if you've gone through and you've had some spiritual teachers and you've joined some path and then you find out it's not what you thought it was going to be, okay? Well, then you find out this is not what you want in your journey, okay? So you leave it and then you go on. You learn your lesson from it, Okay, so we can learn from our negative experiences as well as the positive. Of course, everyone wants the positive, to feel good things, but we don't usually come into this existence on this planet just to experience feel good things. Usually we come in because we want to challenge ourselves in something. So, take advantage of that. But again, on your journey, take some time out to breathe. That's so important. Don't get so tied up that you're not taking, because it's very important to take that time out to de-stress and to really look at things. I think the most beneficial thing in the path here was just that, staying in the moment, not allowing myself to project in the future or to dwell in the past, okay? And look at the mind, watching the mind, how it works, how it affects emotions, how the emotions affect the physical form, okay? So it's about observation. Observation, neti, not this, not this, not this, okay? What is this I? Instead of saying, who am I? It's better to look at, what is this I? What are the constructs that make up ego? Okay? So the path is about, again, observation, staying in the moment, taking time to breathe, and questioning things at the deepest level. And when you get to the deepest level, you can cut that knot and you get freed up from this baggage that one has carried maybe for lifetimes, okay? Because these things can be holdovers from other lifetimes. Now, I have seen this. When I was in high school, my father actually taught me to do hypnosis. He was very good at hypnosis. He knew, how you could throw somebody off and put them in hypnosis like that. Okay, there are tricks in hypnosis that they use and things, and you've got to really know what you're doing with it, because it can be an effective tool, but it can also, if it's wrongly used, can be very detrimental. So anyway, the reason I brought this up was because if you have allergies or things, it can be something from a past life. Now, my direct experience that I have seen, one girl came in and she was allergic to horses, and did a regression on her, took her back to past life. She saw she had been kicked and killed by a horse, and she developed this allergy. Well, after she saw what happened, she could let go of it and came out of it and no longer had this allergy, okay? There was no longer any problem with it. So again, we can carry things over from past lives which continue to run our life in this lifetime. If you were doing the observation and things, once in a while something will come up in a past life that you could see very, very clearly. This is not to say you need to go out and chase all your past lives. Again, I can use examples from my own journey. I had seen that my past life was as a monk, and I went crazy in that lifetime. I had done this ceremony, and I didn't fully understand the import of it, and things became very real, and I lost my mind, okay? And then there were things going on in this lifetime, and I'm going, what the heck is this, going on about? And then I had that vision of what had happened, and then it made sense what was going on now. So sometimes, if you're on a path, sometimes it will open up as a clarification so that you can continue your own journey and to break through what needs to be broken through, okay? So again, everybody's got the yin yang, of light and dark. But if you are in the place of dark, there is a seed of light that can be found. And if you are in the light, don't forget there's always a shadow that can come up and mar that light. So just be observant and take time out, stay in the moment, and breathe. Don't get, check your breath, a number of times a day. If you're uptight and you're doing shallow breathing in the upper chest, then, take time again to relax and let that breath, if you're relaxed, the breath is going to come from lower in the diaphragm. Okay, if you are stressed, it's going to come very shallow breathing. So check your breathing during the day. If it's shallow, then let yourself relax. Take a few seconds to relax and just take some breaths and distress your body, distress your mind, distress yourself, and then get up and continue to go forward, okay? So thanks for tuning in. Much love and light to everyone. And we will get through this COVID time and go on to better things. So thanks for tuning in. Love and light to everyone. Please be safe out there. Continue to mask up. And I'll see you online. If you've enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up. I do so appreciate it. Love and light.